أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الذين ينفقون أموالهم بالليل والنهار سرا وعلانية فلهم أجرهم عند ربهم ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. Translation.
Subhanallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you in need from his blessings beyond measure. Haneen, would you like to translate the verses for us, please?
Come forward. Come forward.
I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed shaitan. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Those who spend their wealth in Allah's way, by night and by day, secretly and publicly, they will have their reward with their Lord, and no fear will be concerning them, nor will they grieve.
Can you hold them up?
Jazakallah Haneem, that was amazing. Now we would like to talk about the communal benefits of fasting. I would like to invite Mr. Maulana Adnan, who is the perfect person for this talk. He qualified as an Imam from Dewsbury Islamic Institute. He is an Imam at Asufa Education Institute Hull, and he is a teacher at South Hunsley School. He is a true professional academic.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and good evening to everybody else who is available and attended to this event. I've only got 3 minutes. I'm going to make it sweet, short, to the point. First of all, to my host, thank you for inviting me. The benefits of the community aspect of Ramadan. Firstly, it brings unity, and such unity to the community which we don't see in any other months. I've seen people who may not have time throughout the month or throughout the year to get together, but there's something about breaking the fast together. And I think it comes through the sheer hunger and the sacrifice that we give, that we sacrifice our food and water for the sake of Allah, for the sake of God, to have empathy for people who are not as privileged as us maybe throughout the whole world. So when this unity comes together at the time of breaking the fast, the amount of food and the unity and the smiles we see on the faces is more beyond and more shinier than the stars in the sky. Number two, it brings empathy towards the community. Usually we're kind of self-centered into our own world and our own space, and what I would achieve and what's my happiness. But in Ramadan, that happiness of myself turns into a happiness of how can everyone else also be happy around me, around my community. Not just the Muslims, but also the wider community. And thirdly, I was going to talk about equality. In our faith, we normally have the 5 pillars: praying, prayer, salah, hajj. We also have zakat as well, charity. Now I always say in some kind of aspect, our desire gets the best of us because there's a little bit of showing sometimes. A person could give amount of charity. The desire always says, I wish people congratulate me and think, I have done a positive job, or going for the pilgrimage. But the fasting is the one and only pillar of Islam where it's in the stomach and you cannot show off. You can't show off to anyone when you're hungry or when you're thirsty. So it really brings the humbleness and the equality between us, regardless if you're poor or rich. It brings this. So I'm going to finish off with a small short story which I said to the children in the school actually just yesterday. They were asking for a little speech, so I gave it. A king once dug a hole in the community and the prices of the milk went very high. The king mentioned at night when everybody's sleeping, everyone just come with 1 glass of milk and just put 1 glass of milk to hold that whole community aspect so everybody can come together, and everybody puts a little bit which helps the whole community. So one of the men thought, it's dark, maybe nobody's seeing this, nobody's going to know what I've done, and maybe 1 cup of water will not affect the whole pond. So he comes and he puts just 1 cup of water. and he goes back home. So the next day, the king comes, and to his amazement, he sees the whole pond is full of water. So the moral of the story is that if we all think that my little difference, and if I don't participate, won't make a difference in society, and if we all think the same, events like this, or communities like Bruff, or the one we're trying to create in Hull, will not come about. Every person has to have that 1 cup of milk and participate in this. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk about Ramadan.
Thank you, Maulana, for this valuable information. Now I'd like to call Waqar Khan. He is an engineer by profession and chairman of our charity ERCFT. Mr. Waqar Khan.
Good afternoon. Thank you. And Assalamu Alaikum. Before we start into this, usually a good movie starts with a deep voice narrator giving a backstory. Unfortunately, Morgan Freeman wasn't available on our budget, so you're stuck with me. Our story dates back nearly a decade ago when some light-minded individuals wanted to make a difference within the community. And they started little events in their garages, in their homes, with their neighbors, just to try and improve the community spirit within the region. What you've got to appreciate is that we are not a big city here. It's small, scattered villages. So with these like-minded individuals who started out as small events from their garages, from their homes, snowballed to the point that we started to use village halls, church halls for delivering similar sort of events as what we have got here, but also educational classes, well-being classes. We had one of the main things, whenever a child birthday comes, instead of giving pointless gifts to your neighbor's children or to your children, people were donating money towards the charity of their choice. And these basic events grew to the point that when the COVID hit the UK, all such events, all such activities came to a standstill. We had a lot of the members within the community seeing husband and wife seeing each other every day. There were separations, or at least they were coming to the point of separations, and quite a lot of households were struggling with the same problem. And we realized that not having a communal space available, because again with the COVID guidelines, no communal spaces were available, everyone had to close their doors. We realized that we need to do something for the community. And this was the point, this was the epiphany moment that we purchased a community center, a charity hub, the East Riding Community Foundation Center, which is currently based out of the Common Lane premises. This Common Lane premises is a 1.4 acre premises, and I'm so proud to make this a statement that not a single penny came from external organizations. The doctors, the engineers, the people that you see around the table, everyone chipped in to make this dream a reality and purchasing over £500,000 this premises. And how they were able to do that, they sold their cars, they went into their life savings, didn't go on a holiday, and this is how everyone came together to buy this premises. And then the community services started. The community services, when you look at the charities, you look at organizations, they usually have a set scope. So a charity, say for example Mind, they will be delivering organizations, they will be giving services that are related to that area. A charity for hunger will be delivering services in that area. For this charity, East Riding Community Foundation Trust, we don't have a set scope. So if you are homeless, you can have the services here. If you are struggling with languages, if you are foreign national, if you have got problems with getting on with the community, if you have got any abilities or disabilities that you need support with, whatever problems there are, we are able to support, we are able to help. And this is the reason we have continued to evolve, continued to grow, and we continue to grow further. Last year, Lord Lieutenant is here, and just to give you an idea that we had the King's coronation. So everyone was having street parties. We thought that let's do something different. Let's organize and let's arrange and let's engage our kids. So at that point, with all of the street parties happening, what we did was we planted 100 trees around our premises. And these trees were planted with the help of Lord Lieutenant as well as the kids within the community. And now if you go around the community center, each and every tree has got a name tag around it which says that which kid planted which tree. And since then another 100 has been planted more, and this is how we continue to engage, continue to evolve. A human brain is an absolute marvel. You can try and mold the brain in such a way where you can try and help and see where the support is needed. You automatically go into that mindset that I need something, someone needs help, something. Or at the same time, you can go your own way with your blinkered approach. To give you an idea and to perspective into this, the global population, does anyone know what is the population of planet Earth? It's 8 billion, just over 8 billion. Next question. Does anyone knows what is Elon Musk's net worth? 400 billion. So a single brain, depending on how it's been wired, you can either change the world with all of that wealth, or you can either use that wealth for your own use. Now think of all of these brains around this room. This is what the charity does, that if you have got the drive to try and help the community, then this is the platform for you where you can come in and do whatever you think you're good at and deliver it to the people. That's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Khan. Now I would like to ask Dr. Usma Fazeen to give us an update regarding the women engagement activities. She is a consultant geriatrician at Health Trust Hospital. Thank you, Dr. Fazeen.
I need that. Hello everyone, and thank you for coming, and Ramadan Kareem to everyone. So the garage they were talking about, it was my garage. Okay, and it's now, we've turned it now into a sweet, nice living room, and it was never big enough to accommodate such a big community. And this is not the full community. We have much more people who, unfortunately, because it was the first day of Ramadan, it's a bit of a pressure, isn't it, the first day of Ramadan, so all of them couldn't turn up. So if we collect them all, I think this space is also less, okay? In terms of coming to women and the activities around the women, it started from my garage, and the idea basically came in from the Women's Kitty Tea Party, honestly. Whenever we are together, we have to change the world, don't we? So we started off with some basic kitty parties on a monthly basis. It grew and grew, and to the point we decided homes are not enough. We took help from the Eliton Village Hall, and we started doing occasions there as well. It grew further, and we were short. We needed a bigger space, and we now possess one, and I don't know when that will outgrow, to be honest. So, coming to activities, it clearly is, there is a need of people cohesing together, adhering together, sharing values, sharing different things. Coming to women empowerment, I think this hub, in terms of the ERCFT, we have managed to get everyone together. People who were keeping themselves to the boundaries of the kitchen. I think that's a concept among South Asians, isn't it? We don't go out of the kitchens. But we got a lot of ladies out of the kitchen. We got a lot of ladies professionally engaged. Some are now working and they've taken teaching jobs on. So we help them with recruitment in terms of the ideas, the concepts, coming out of their home spaces, using their skills. Because a lot of them are educated, of course, but because they've come in this part of the world, they think they cannot use their skills, but yes, you can. So giving them that professional support, we managed to get a lot of them doing observing the educational part, observing professional aspects. We've been running basic life support, so fundamentally supporting the community empower themselves in terms of basic life support and basic CPRs, which is something as medics, yes, we do it all the time. It's my bread and butter. However, it's not the bread and butter for a person who's very good with the butter at home, to be honest, really. Not just that, we got community events, Eid events, other events, to be honest, some tea gatherings, some breakfast gatherings, some cultural gatherings, some educational gatherings. We've been talking about various things. There have been talks about autism, there have been talks about social media. This is a global issue. This is something that we are culturally facing, and the women around us, we have brought these concepts. These are professional minds, and we have got together and we have delivered this all. And luckily, we've been lucky to have better spouses who have supported us through this. So we urge them, we push them, and there they stand. They work hard for us, but thank you for that as well. I would say, not just, as I said, we've supported ladies who've been alone at their homes with funeral support as well, getting them to the places, driving them through, because it's a hard time. In the bereavement times have always been very, very difficult. We've lost very good personalities over time, and it's a big loss to our community. But as women, we've supported those ladies, those females, those men, and that has been fundamentally core part of our female group around. I must say, I have always been an advocate of women empowerment, and I would say I am the lady, and we all are the ladies who actually put the crown on despite of being the queen. So I would say to all of you, thank you every lady in this room for being who you are, from whatever culture and religion you are. You have contributed to this community, and we stand tall because of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Tazi.
It's not on.
Thank you, Dr. Tazi. Now I would like to invite Mr. Qadri to talk about autism and special needs related activities. Mr. Qadri holds many banners under his name. He is a cardiothoracic consultant at Hull Trust University teaching.
Assalamu everyone, and good evening all the guests. Thanks for coming here. Only give it 2 minutes instead of 3 minutes. I try to say something. I just want to present some of the people, a special group of community people who never present themselves, no one talk about themselves, and sometimes, and most of the time, they cannot come in this sort of community events. We call them sometimes with different names. We call them with a patient with special need. Some they call them with autism, or something neurodiversity, neurodivergent. But these are the people thinking they are the useless for the community. They are not. Most of the big scientists, they were autistic. In fact, we have a guy coming in here, he's a gold medalist in Olympics for our country. But somehow, we ignore them. We cannot participate them involved in our community, including government level, including hospital level. The recent study shows these people of community live lesser life. They're less diagnosed compared to the normal people. GP don't recognize them, hospital don't recognize them, and they die early with the normal health. And these are people we try to bring them in front, try to support them. In our own community as well, because sometimes language problem is a big issue, and the peace people have to go to social services, and special schools, sometimes they cannot pass through all their things they have in their heart, and sometimes these people are ignored. I have a very bad experience once at the COVID time. The hospital told us, if the patient comes with autism or learning disability, if they require hospital bed, they won't give him or her and let them die at home because someone else might be a good person to participate in the community in the future. This is our whole idea of people in the public, in the government level and the national level, every level, that these people are the back. Our community people who are suffering this problem, they're not here today because they feel embarrassed. The child cries sometimes. They feel embarrassed bringing the child holding by themselves. Sometimes they come for the 5 minutes and then people, when kids cry, everyone watch them. They feel embarrassed. It's not that these people only, their family involved as well. Their parents feel embarrassed. They look after more time with these kids than the average parents they do for their own kids. For those reasons, we develop our another charity called You Need to Support to help these kids, not only their kids or family, but the family as well. support that. Because sometimes they need moral support, sometimes they need time, sometimes they have to come out from their home and spend time some in the open area. So that's why we try to work hard on these things. And our community, ERCFT, and the you need support. So we try to work together to help this community and these people. And we ask every people on here, regardless where your background is, if you see these sort of people, help them, support them, at least talk to them. Feel them, they are a part of our own society or culture. Don't ignore them. This is the feeling of a parent. As a parent, I'm telling you, I have a child with the same problem. I've been doing it for the last 20 years. So please just see, these are also part of a community. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Mr. Qadri. Now I would like to invite Dr. Afil Jamali. He's an emergency medicine consultant and clinical leader of his department. He is an ERCFT trustee.
Thank you very much and welcome and Ramadan Kareem. Assalamu alaikum. People have talked about the ERCFT Ramadan, so I think I talk about NHS waiting time. What about the A&E waiting time? So don't go to hospital, it's 12 hours at least. Bed waiting time, a lot of people know about maybe 24 hours, 36 hours. So shall we put the projector? Or let's leave it there. Let's talk about ERCFT. ERCFT. Thank you for cake. Thank you. And thank you everybody, Proud afternoon, and Emma Hardy, and all the honorable guests to coming down and celebrating with us Ramadan. Happy Ramadan once again. I don't want to take a lot of time, don't want to make you bored. Everybody knows about Ramadan. It is a month of blessing, a month of patience. Are you going to hold, or do you want me to? Loving, month of caring, and looking after each other. How you feel the basic need when we haven't got any food, when we haven't got any water, and how to control ourselves. Not only food and eating, also your anger, your sentiment, which is allowed 24/7, but not during Ramadan. It is a month of charity, as Imam Sahib already mentioned. It is also the day and night that you give charity without knowing or to doing the other thing. This message conveys to everybody in this room, in this hall. We start donating ourselves, we collecting, and we are doing the charity in our community. Because charity starts from your own house. If I don't look after my neighbor, if I don't look after my family member, if I don't come toward whatever the need, if I don't look after the person who is going to die or sick, we are not a human being. Apart from what the religion we believe, we practice humanity. And this is the message which we give it to everybody. We are very fruitful citizens in the British culture. We are trying to bridge all the differences, and we are here. We are human beings, we are giving 100%. Our kids are doing top grades, thankfully, and it has been honored whatever we are providing. A lot of my friend, my glass is here, which I just see there. Thankful for him, he is right from with us like last 10 years roughly. Whatever we doing our education, special wise here, which is producing good student with top grades. Our students are making like 9+. They are not only in the education, but also in the sports, also in the volunteering service. They are going with the police officers. So in the next future, we will see our top scientists, top doctors, top IT, and police forces, maybe politicians, which is not in my domain, but most probably in coming future, we will be producing. We are welcoming every councillor, every member to come and see us, enjoy with us, celebrate us. And Ramadan Kareem, I don't want to take more of time. I know there's a lot of other guests to be, and I will give my time to them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Jamali. Now I would like to invite Dr. Javed Akbar to update us regarding ERCFT finances. He is a consultant radiologist and an examiner at HAMS. Dr. Akbar?
Assalamu alaikum, and thank you very much for the kind invitation and special welcome to all the distinguished guests. So kind for joining us for this Ramadan event. I forgot the speech. So as a treasurer, I have to be a gatekeeper for the funds. So we can only spend funds what we have raised. So that's why I have to coordinate different activities to raise funds. So when we talk about different activities, we feel privileged and fortunate that we have a strong support of the community friends who comes from the different walk of life, including women, including boys and girls, and they help us to do all these initiatives which generate funds. When we talk about these fundraising activities, these can be life-saving or like lifestyle activities, including charity walks. One of our volunteers had done the London Marathon to raise funds for us. Then we also have done food sale activities like biryani sales and halim sale, which also generate funds for us. In this very venue, few months ago, we did a charity dinner and raised over 100,000. You might see one or two pictures of that banner when we raise these funds. So these are the activities which we have done with the help of the community. And what we do with these funds, because as a charity, we don't employ anybody. So each and every penny which we raise, which will be spent for the need of the community. What we have done so far is arrange educational activities so that we can do teaching activities for the kids to learn different skills. Secondly, we have also done activities to improve their skills. So we will take them to different educational courses and different visits so that they develop their insight and their interest, what they want to progress in future. Secondly, we also have done the seminars. So these seminars are very important for the community so that these are community awareness, say for example, cancer awareness seminar, as well as life-saving skills. When we did first time the life-saving skills, we saw a lot of interest from the kids because this is the time when they see these activities happening and then they see that this is how they can make the difference. And that has helped us to grow as a community. And when we talk about the finances, I was just thinking how these finances can come into play with the Ramadan. So during the month of Ramadan, as a practice of Muhammad, peace be upon him, he used to do charity so much that it's been described as a flowing wind, that everything he had, he used to donate. So worldwide, throughout the world, all the Muslims try to do the charity as much as they can. And when they do charity more, as a treasurer, as a finances, my job becomes easier because I don't have to go all these activities to raise funds for us. So thank you very much for time and so kind.
Thank you, Dr. Akbar. Now we would like to invite our honourable guest speaker, His Majesty Lord Lieutenant Mr. James Dick, Order of the British Empire, East Riding of Yorkshire. He had a highly successful career with the full-based medical device company Smith & Nephew in the last 7 years as Global President of the Wound Management Division.
Since retirement, he has invested a considerable amount of time into voluntary work, most notably a charity called Cat Zero, a charity which has transformed the lives of young people and families living in some of the most deprived communities in the region.
He has also served as Pro-Chancellor of the University of Hull, founder and chair of trustees of the Smile Foundation, supporting local charities, a co-founder and former chair of the Bondholders, an organisation responsible for marketing the Humber region. He has also held a range of non-executive directorships with private and listed companies. Lord Lieutenant, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Iman Adnam, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. And can I say that once again, I'm honoured to be with you this evening to share iftar at the start of the holy month of Ramadan. Over recent times, I've really enjoyed being in your company, coming to your Eid celebrations, and Chair, you mentioned planting trees at Brough during the coronation. Now, during the coronation, we planted a lot of trees. But I have to say, most of the time, I stood next to a tree with a spade and had my photo taken. Didn't actually plant it. But when I came to Brough, I planted the trees. You made me dig the hole, put the trees in. I planted them. I hope they're still there because my wife doesn't trust me to plant trees at home. So if they're there, it's remarkable. But I do remember that. But I have to say that every time you've shown such friendliness, and given me such a warm reception. It's been very noticeable, and I really do appreciate it. You know, in an increasingly complex and unpredictable world, the central themes of Ramadan being of faith, gratitude and community are shared by individuals, faith groups and communities across the whole of the East Riding of Yorkshire, and are at the core of why we're here today. As Lord Lieutenant, is this coming on and go? Try. Is that better? Is that better? Yeah. Yep. Okay. As Lord Lieutenant, I'm His Majesty's personal representative in the county, undertaking many engagements on behalf of His Majesty. King Charles III has highlighted the concept of the United Kingdom as a community of communities, underlining the unifying power of a shared vision and shared values of inclusion, and those with diverse backgrounds, equal opportunity, and supportive relationships between individuals. These shared values, such as democracy, it's going to be interesting, freedom and justice, serve as the unbreakable bonds that hold our nation together, reinforcing the truth that our similarities far outweigh our differences. Now, just 1 second. I've been Lord Lieutenant for about 5 years, and I've got a few more years left, not so many. But as part of my remaining time as Lord Lieutenant, one of the areas I'm focusing on is the community cohesion and inclusion. As you may know, I'm supported in my work by a Vice Lord Lieutenant. In fact, the Vice Lord Lieutenant's just changed. It was Christopher Outred. I'm sure you met him. But it's now Trish Dolby, who is known to many of you by her numerous activities, including, of course, Chair of Welcome House, and also Chair of the Hull and East Yorkshire Smile Foundation. And I'm also supported by a large number of Deputy Lieutenants, who do a number of engagements on my behalf. So it's very much a team effort. I thought you'd like to know that I've asked Trish Dolby to head up a group of Deputy Lieutenants to explore how the Lieutenancy can assist, celebrate and champion the richness of our various communities in the East Riding of Yorkshire, and how we all contribute to strengthening our communities. We feel sure that some of you will want to be involved in those discussions, and we look forward to engaging with you. So I know that during this holy month of Ramadan, you will all undertake many acts of kindness and generosity, born from your empathy, compassion and gratitude, that will not only help those in need in a practical and direct way, but will also strengthen our communities and exemplify what unifies people, reminding us, thankfully, that there is far, far more that unites us than ever divides us. Thank you for the invite tonight. Ramadan Mubarak to all of you, your families and your loved ones. Thank you.
We would like Ms. Emma Hardy to say a few words. She is the Labour MP for Kingston upon Hull West and Helterdale, and has been the MP continually since 8 June 2017. She currently holds the government post of Parliamentary Under Secretary.
Thank you so much. Delighted to be here to speak to you all. So thank you so much for the kind invitation. Events like this are so important, and we can see that by the number of people that we have in the room today, because this is about bringing people together. This is about showing the role that we all have to play in building the community we want. And we can never take community cohesion for granted. It's something that if you care about, you need to work on. Whatever we can see at the moment happening on the global stage, we all have a role to play in building the peace, the harmony, the cohesion that we need in the world here in our community in Hull and East Riding. And I fully support and share your values of education, democracy, human rights, equality, freedom of speech, and the non-use of religion in politics. I've been asked rather soberly, I'm afraid, to reflect on the events that happened this summer with the riots. And it was awful to see what had happened in our city centre, the senseless violence that was unleashed upon our streets, to see people being targeted from a mob that has surrendered its humanity, whipped up and driven on a tide of misinformation and lies. That was the sort of thing that we'd seen happen elsewhere, never in our community before here in Hull and East Riding. But what was even better? What changed after that night of destruction and violence? We saw the next day. Spontaneously, people took themselves into the city centre, armed not with bottles and bricks, but with brushes and bin bags. They set about cleaning up our city, reclaiming their homes, reclaiming our chosen way of life, of multiculturalism, diversity and community. It was a powerful statement of intent. It needed no words of explanation, no placards, no slogans. And I'd like to take this moment to thank everybody here who was gathered here, who rallied around on that day. The community leaders who called for calm and order in response to the naked aggression. Our police who responded so bravely to the rapidly unfolding events, and those who all offered their support where they were able. As a local MP, it was my role to share information with people to counter the misinformation that was swirling around and to help people feel safe. And I've tried to visit as many different communities as I can to offer that simple message that I will give to everybody. We all have far more in common than that which divides us. And our shared humanity should be a source of unity rather than division. On Tuesday, I met with Hull's young mayor, and she told me how she was left feeling unsafe after the riots. But what was amazing about her was after she said to me how unsafe she felt, she turned that feeling of unsafety into putting herself forward for election as the young mayor of Hull. She channeled that feeling of wanting to do something about her community rather than a feeling of helplessness into a feeling of empowerment, of what can I do to build the community that I want to live in. And so it's wonderful here today to hear about the amazing young people that are in this community, rebuilding the world that we all want, and our fantastic hostesses over there who are doing an incredible, incredible job. I will always believe that the people are inherently good, but sometimes we need to find a way to bring that goodness together. But the good news, to leave you on a positive note, is that we, the people who believe and support community cohesion, we are the majority. We look beyond our differences, we listen to each other, we understand. And through continuous dialogue in good faith, we can build on what we have here today to create the better future for us all.
Thank you. We would like to invite Councillor Liam Daltrey, Vice Chair of East Riding of Yorkshire Council. He is foot health practitioner and trusted Bridlington School Foundation Councillor.
Thank you very much. That was a good little plug for my footwork as well. I like that. Thank you all. Thanks for inviting us. Got to be honest, didn't have a speech prepared in any way, shape or form. Luckily enough, everybody's been talking enough, so we don't have to linger on too much. What has come to me just from the speakers that we've had so far, some great words. Unity, community, equality, humility. That's what you need. We all, in this community, we all need to be together. We need to look after one another. And when you start, like say, unity, yes, we all need to be unified. We all need to stick together, stand together. And that's the way to go. Equality, we're all the same. Don't matter what you do, male, female, whatever, we're all the same. We're all under the one sun. We all walk the same earth. We all breathe the same air. There's no point worrying about anything else. Let the Neanderthals, the idiots, get on with that. Because they're the ones that, they're the minority. They're the ones that are the trouble causers. They're the ones that we want to ignore. They're the ones that we want to ostracise and get out of our communities. Last year, them riots, as Emma's just said, disgusting. But that's just a very small minority. Most of us are decent, nice people. We have some knuckle draggers, some right weirdos that think they can drive a wedge between us. They are only a very small minority. We all want to be with you as you want to be with us. So please, don't let them Neanderthals, break us up. Okay? Going back to what someone else said as well. I don't know about Ramadan. I've got to be honest, this is the first time I've ever been to anything like this. No idea what to expect when I came. Nothing at all. Growing up in Bridlington in the 70s and 80s, we had 2 Chinese families, 2 gentlemen from the Caribbean, and that's all we had. So we had to learn when we got new Indian restaurants, we had Thai restaurants come. Now our little town got better. We got more diversity into it. And we learned to live with one another. And it was cool. And like I said, I don't want to keep waffling on and going over and over. But we need to teach our children as well. And it's going back to something that Emma said. And we need to say it again. Education, education, education. We need to keep learning and keep letting our young ones go together so that we can all grow old gracefully as one. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Hamandi, please take over.
Thank you. Well, thank you everybody for your time and especially your patience. Before feasting, I would like to say that thank you all. The reason we all have our name badges, I think I really need food now. The reason we all have our name tags on us is for all of us to just say who we are and start talking. So do not be shy, ask anything away from the next person you see and you want to. Just before we close today, we have some youngsters. Sorry, my phone's off. I think this is hypoglycemic as well. We have our youngsters who we would like to celebrate. They have done amazingly in their GCSEs. Them of them has gone way above to collect funds for the charity, and some of them have volunteered, planted trees and whatnot. So before further ado, I'll just see who would like to distribute prizes. Prizes for prizes, thank you.
They will invite them who is getting the prize. I think they are rushing. We invite one of them. Shall we invite all of those? Let's all of those. They will be staying there.
Can I please invite all of our esteemed guests to come and distribute prizes to our youngsters, please? We don't have that many, so we'll be very quick.
They'll have lots of hands to shake, though.
Thank you. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay, I will bring.
Well, anybody is welcome here, so please join.
We can. It's an opportunity. Please come over.
I would like to welcome first and foremost I would call her my niece actually. Because in our culture, everyone's an aunt and uncle, and every other child is niece and nephew. Alina Brar, please welcome to the stage. She has scored 11 9s in her GCSEs this year, making it to the top 1% in the UK students. It's a very proud moment for her parents, her uncles and aunts, and the wider community. Alina, would you like to say a few words of encouragement?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone around me who supported me. I wouldn't be able to receive this prize without them, so thank you to my school, South Hunsley, who've supported me in my studies, and an even bigger thank you to the ERCFT, who've supported me in all my passions. Thank you so much.
Well done, Alina. The second one amongst the, I would say a genius. I wish I could make my parents proud as these little ones. Sayyid Ali Qadri, who scored 10 9s in his GCSEs, making us all proud. Is Ali here? Ali, would you like to say something, or is it just a thing?
Yeah.
You don't want to, that's fine.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I just want to thank you, my family, my friends, and the ERCFT community for supporting me and helping me through my studies.
We are the aunties who need to take the selfie. Excellent, a selfie moment there it was. It has to happen, isn't it? Another high achiever among us. May I call Ahmed Rishal for the 2025 Gold Award at Heimers College for the Science Triathlon, please. Well done, Ahmed.
Take a picture like that.
उधर चले जाओ, selfie ले लें. Emma, would you like to say something?
Yes, I would.
Okay, go on then. Excellent.
Alhamdulillah, everything is a blessing from God, and I'd like to thank the ERCFT Trust and my parents, and especially South Hunsley, for giving me this opportunity to achieve high. Alhamdulillah.
Thank you. Selfie. This is the selfie booth, actually.
Because we are the most prestigious people around.
Thank you, Ahmed. May I now invite, may I call upon Estra Fleet to come and take her prize. Oh my God, I'm really hungry now. I'm so sorry. She is our fundraising champion. She raised over £3,500 for our community while running the London Marathon. Well done. I would say I would have a heart attack even running 500 meters. Esther, would you like to say something?
Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Mubarak, everyone. I wasn't expecting to give a speech, but yeah, no, it was something that I felt like I really had to do, having grown up in East Yorkshire, so way back in 2007 when we was one of the only sort of Muslim hijabi students at South Hunsley School. So to have this community centre means a lot. I know it means a lot to my parents as well, so I felt like I needed to do something to help raise the funds. But yeah, thank you very much.
Well, me and Esther worked together a long time back. I say this. Now, amongst the youngsters, we have another youngster who has actually helped us leading the environmental initiative with planting over, I would say, maybe 200 trees in the community centre. May I please invite Ismail Al-Sharqui to get his prize, please. Smile Bhai, would you like to say a few words?
Very few.
Very few.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome for the first day of Ramadan. Regarding the ground, they just gave me the ground. I don't know why, because I think because I planted one tree in there and it was successful. So yeah, alhamdulillah, we planted over 200 trees, and it was with the help of everybody around us, been like donating trees, and it's a great thing, and it's very, very good for our youth to get them involved and to give them something to do, and to get them off the street, and that's our aim actually. Yeah, thanks very much.
Well, thank you so much, everybody, and thank you to our guests. Just a little token of appreciation from all of us for you all to attend.
Face that way, so at least. Okay.
You come on the front.
Yes.
I
haven't practiced this very well.
You can
Running
see
on the go.
and the hypoglycemia kicking in now.
Thank you.
You can change the color now if you want.
Oh, not for Jenny, it's for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you everybody for your patience. Not too long now. We'll announce there will be the Maghrib Adhan going on in probably 4-5 minutes. Please feel free to talk. 44. You're too hungry. I think his clock's hypoglycemic. So thank you everybody.
Just 1 minute. So for 4 minutes you have 4 minutes. You want to say something?
If someone knows karaoke now, or you want to, not before the call to prayer, after that. My bad. I should know all of. वो लगा हुआ है. Brother, this is the one you gave me. The other one is still on there.
My name is Les. I'm Les. Dr. Communal is there to go back about 10 years our initial contact. It's all been about relatively tall and those are what the ERCFT. But they were looking for a date that could be used for celebrations and for Eid celebrations. And I was part of that from the beginning. And I've been very pleased to be part of it. It's good to now. And to watch this develop and grow. As probably most of you know, the whole region here, if it looks through the wall, you can make the sense that well to an extent, the rules are all there. And you have to do it. I was suggesting you go there. You'd be amazed at what's being done in short periods. You have to work between going on both the hours and these people being amazing. And you will find that when you do take them, you will always be able to do it. And you might find the person who knows what it is was ready to go Kate. That's why.
Hello everybody, just attention please. This is my team, Kate, Les and Pat. These are the first one who believe me when nobody is believing me. And please, I've been honored, I've been blessed that these are the people when I migrated from Pakistan, these are the people who look after me. I'm now doing whatever I can do. I can go to any restaurant to eat. I can afford good because of these guys. They are my family. Okay, Pat, Les.
Really never expected this at all, but it's been my pleasure to meet you all and use the village hall for quite some time in the meeting room, teaching the children, which was lovely, and then you used to come and stay for Ramadan at night time. Yes, and yes, I've been to these. It was absolutely super. I think you just wonderful to do all this work, and it just, you know, for your boys and girls and for the whole community.
I first attended when I was chairman of East Riding, and that was in the village hall, and it was just a very nice do, as I say, so, and I appreciate what the community are doing for everybody. And it's nice that everybody gets together, and it's the community cohesion that's really, really well done. So.
Thank you very much. Hi Tony, I just saw Tony. Tony, come inside. Chaplain in Hull Royal, and he's a good friend of mine for a long, long time. Although I left Hull Royal for a while, I haven't seen for ages, so maybe I get sentimental after see him. Yes, yeah, thank you. Tony, have some word, please. Good to see you.
I really wasn't expecting this. We've known each other a little while now. It's probably, I don't know, probably 6 years or so, on and off. And I've been here a number of times. Very, very grateful for the invitation. And it's a real joy to see, particularly the young people being celebrated, and to hear so much of what's being done by the charity. Thank you very much.
Assalamu everyone. So the Azan is going to be sounded just now. This is the Maghrib prayer. It's a call for prayer that we Muslims do. And it just means God is great. All right.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you can start it, please. We will join you after our Maghrib prayer. So please. Please.
It was nice to have you.
Sorry, I'm not quite. Sorry. What is it? Good cooking. That's very good. Chocolate. How is it?
I do like for the coffee, so I take like because like excited like for at the same time yes. Channel YouTube channel get all stuff. All but I think it's really hard to So I'm kind of thinking. So you don't have to use extra professional help. I have a question. I always want to be kind of speak, isn't it? So how do you focus? Or does it focus by itself? So they take the same camera, the front camera comes to it. What's the camera? It's about 48 images. And you can really do this every month. Yeah. There's no hassle of going around with microphone. Hook your camera before you push up.
It's fantastic
Rather really get this side. Oh, that's enough. Yeah. Believe it or not, the whole mosque. There's a whole mosque that houses there. So I just What you study? Fine art. In how?
Gracias.
Lemon वाला
But it won't work at home because